Yes, it's true. I've joined a walking group. Me, the ponytail pensioner, and I'm loving it. 12 stages, one beautiful river, and a merry band led by Ruth, who rather wonderfully wrote the guidebook. I missed the first 2 walks, don't ask. But join me and my new friends strolling the Wye from source to sea, all 140 miles of it. We've now completed 6 of the 12 legs in our source to sea walk through the glorious Wye Valley. Now stage 7 was meant to be a near 15 miler all the way to Hereford, but a sizzling heat wave forced a rethink. Sensibly, we decided to split the walk into 2. This is part 1, Bredwardine to Byford. And the heat. Crikey. Luckily, we had Holly from the Wye Valley National Landscape team with us, and she's a climate change specialist, which felt fitting. This is a wonderfully fluid walking group. New faces, returning friends. Nicola and Ruth were back. Jane couldn't make it, but we hope to see her again further along the way. Newcomers included Alison, who grew up in Durban in South Africa, and Sheila and John, formerly of Bristol. On this short but eventful walk, we covered 4 3/4 of what Ruth calls her miles. They all seem a little longer to the rest of us. No complaints though. These walks are such a joy. And to be fair, this was more of a Sunday morning amble. To satisfy the pedants, and yes, by that I mean me, we started from the exact spot we'd finished previously. We just walked it in reverse, up the valley again, due to the heat. William, our driver for the day, took us expertly up the narrow lane on Bredwardine Hill, and in a first, joined us for the walk. The route was gorgeous. 5 miles of Herefordshire, pretty as a picture postcard scenery, and all done by lunchtime. We passed no fewer than 3 lovely churches, each with its own distinctive character. The first was St Andrew's, the old parish church of the Reverend Francis Kilvert. Ruth's guidebook is full of Kilvert trivia. In short, the original walking vicar, a devoted diarist and lover of nature. I think of him as a sort of Herefordshire Bill Bryson. From the bridge, we admired the swimmers below, lounging on the riverbank, before we climbed up onto Brobury Scar, a river cliff high above the Wye. We shaded ourselves in the gnarly chestnut woods, and paused of course for coffee. Mustn't overdo it. Plenty of Merlin listening opportunity here for Bryony. Later, we reached Monnington Walk, a ludicrously grand avenue of trees planted in 1623 by a local politician. Not much chance of it being a thank you to voters, since universal suffrage was still a few centuries away. But it was a fine spot, surrounded by apple orchards quietly hinting at cider to come. We rounded Monnington Court and reached St Mary's, the second of our churches, where we revisited the ancient sacred rite of water-melon slicing. Ruth was in full water-melon priestess mode, served up perfect wedges in the shade of yew trees. Cool, refreshing, and oddly moving. Nicola wondered why yews are always found in churchyards. I explained they're toxic to livestock, and they symbolise longevity and rebirth, and possibly even predate the churches themselves. We taught longbows, battles, and cider making. Strongbow being the cider, of course. Suitably refreshed, we pressed on past the orchards. Keith gave a lovely off-the-cuff talk on cider and the huge vibrating machines used to shake the apples loose. Half of the UK's current cider now comes from this county. Lovely stuff. Our final stop was the tiny, exquisite church of St John the Baptist at Byford. It sits above the river, enfolded by the village and surrounded by peace. Inside are recently uncovered wall paintings, 6 centuries old. Beautiful, humbling, and the perfect place to end a very warm midsummer's walk. Look out for some spin-off videos from this walking stage, including Ruth's tale of sheep shearing and our unexpected conversation about professional photography. More on that another time. Thanks for watching. I'm Steve, the Ponytail Pensioner. See you on the next stage of walking the Wye Valley Way. And don't forget to follow me on my YouTube channel.